Hey, it's Captain Mike from Forbes Fishing, and I am at the AC and Water Show, and look who I found, my good friend Chris Gallagher, and we are on hull number 1 of the new 305 Cobia. Hey Chris, how you doing?
Awesome. Yeah, so this boat has gone through a couple iterations. We're at the 296, then we went to the 301, and now we're at the 305, which they took some of the features off the open boats that we've been making in the smaller 265s and 285s to open the boat up. So up forward, we still have the great windlass through the nose, Lumar 700.
Yep.
With washdown, saltwater washdown for if it gets dirty, if you're, sandbarring it.
And actually, the location of that washdown is different from the 301.
Yes, it is. It used to be on the back bulkhead.
Yeah, that's
and now
much more accessible.
Yeah, they opened up the blocker too, so we can get over 500 feet of line in there now too.
Yeah, I'll say.
The biggest improvement in the boat is if you look under this cushion.
That's way wider.
Much wider, great access to the bow, especially if you want to fish off the bow. Yeah. Now we're doing many more rod holders in the bow with the cup holders, so you get 6 rod holders in the front. Before it used to be an option with the rod holders, with the cup holders. Double storage, but this opened up nicely. We have the electric table. This table comes up. You can either go in a standard position for casting deck or for laying out. We have a filler cushion for that. That stand, once it's stopped, will hold over 400 pounds.
Whoa.
So you can fish off the casting deck, okay? And then all the way up, obviously, is a dining table. They brought in the backrest from the 32, so now they just go over, and they're not on the angle anymore, so they're much more comfortable. And they're recessed now, so they're not in the way.
Yep. It's just part of the combing now.
Yeah, if you're fishing. The bigger stereo systems now, we got double subs.
Yeah, they're huge.
8 speakers. It's at JL with the 1,000-watt amps now.
Hey Chris, one thing I noticed now is the latches for these 4 compartments are on the side. I don't have to. They won't fill up with water.
And you don't have to take the cushion off.
You don't have to take the cushion off.
And it is gasketed and guttered so they don't get wet.
Yep.
All of our boxes, this boat except for this one here in the deck, drain overboard. So nothing goes into the bilge, which is nice. So that filler piece that goes up in the front here and fills that in is actually now, which before you didn't know what to do with that filler piece, it's actually built into the holder on the side here, which is really nice.
So the head's a different layout than the 301.
Much better. We have full access now to get to the Y valve and the overboard discharge for the toilet, which was always a pain in the butt on that 301. It was a nightmare.
You have to get intimate with the head in order to
and lose some skin. New sink on board now. What you see there, that switch there, is this boat is pre-wired for a trolling motor.
Yes.
So we have the battery tender attachment up front if we want to put one in.
And where do they put the batteries?
So the trays now are in this deck. So obviously they're not in lithium on this. They're still using 3 lead acids. So it's already pre-wired.
Yep.
And now we're doing a nice bucket holder.
That's basically where I put mine.
Yep.
It's just I didn't have this step.
So if you go lithium and 36 volt, you just do a single tray.
Yep.
If you want to spend the extra money. But nice and neat. And they also raised, if you look, the deck is now raised on it.
Yeah, what's actually, is that something that's inside the
that's
console?
A pass-through. No, so that used to just be a storage box with the shape of the hull.
Yeah, it's wide open.
And now they put that deck in just to keep the batteries dry.
Okay.
So
to keep them up.
Yeah. The Garber tubes are running down underneath.
Okay.
So it can drain backwards. And again, all of our boxes are guttered, gasketed, and that drains overboard. Okay. The other nice feature, which we still kept the front insulated box.
It actually there's new geometry to that because it opens taller and wider than mine does.
Yeah, they cut it back and they made the seat wider here also.
Yep.
Okay.
You know what I'm really digging is these molded in rod holders.
Yes, what they did is they took the top, they cut it out like some of the Florida boats now. Yep. Gave you room to put 4 more rods, standard stand-up series. And we also added 2 rod holders on the gunnels.
Yep.
Which is completely new for that. So they had 4 rods just up in the front.
I mean, being able
side.
to clear them to the middle of the boat while you're is just
and
the
that's
ideal.
8 rods in the front of the boat, which we never had before at all. Grab rails, USB ports, charging ports up underneath. Also, so coming back, so now they made in the head, the vent windows used to be on the side, and they came up with an interesting idea where they now vent behind the seat outboard, so that keeps the rain and everything off the portholes, so you can't accidentally leave it open.
Which I've done plenty of times.
So if you look above, there's actually natural light coming in now, and it gives it a style line on the side of the console. A little more modern look to the console.
And no worry about water coming in.
Exactly. Yeah, so all these, they're venting now up through under the seat back.
The hardtop supports are updated as well.
Much different. They've now tied the front legs to the back legs. Okay, big plate underneath, all gusseted, and it's real glass now. Taylor's making real glass. So being part of the Pursuit company, they're sister companies in the Malibu. They're now bringing over the way Pursuit does all their windshields, where they lay actual glass panels into the frames and polyurethane. So there's no more brackets, there's no more trying to cut it out or get from the inside. Piece of cake. New vent windows, much nicer than the older ones. And they open up and out instead of, remember, they used to come in on us. Wiper, washer, more speakers up front, spreader lights, under accent lighting up under the hard top. The big change you're going to note on this, the leaning post now.
Oh, bench.
They did a bench. We're one of the few 30-footers out there that can do 3 across. But they still kept it where you can have driver stand up and still keep somebody in the seat. Seemed to be really popular. And we drove this boat down the AC and Water Show. Extremely comfortable instead of the dual lib rocks that we used to have. Dashboard's very similar. We've moved the VHF up top here so it's easy access. Okay. Remote mic down below so you don't have to reach up. Okay. Still keep the high box. We do the elevated marine mat pad now, so you get a little bit of a step up, a little bit of cushion.
Yeah, it's got to be an inch and a quarter, inch and a half almost.
Exactly. And what's nice is we brought up double 16s on this, the 8616 XSVs. Brought the switches, military grade switches, back to center line. Yamaha gauge, stereo. These have the Seakeeper rides.
Very nice.
Dramatic change in the ride of the boat with the Seakeeper rides. They actually adjust 100 times a second, so they're amazing. Wireless phone chargers, you know, the Yamaha electric digital binnacle, joystick, autopilot. Every one of them we're building is coming in this configuration.
Top of the helm's different as well.
Yeah, so the center box is gone. They did the side box. They brought the compass back to center line, and then they marine matted it so your stuff's not sliding around.
Yeah.
But you can see also how they overbuilt the top now with this huge plate that's holding the top.
Yeah, I can see this gusset.
The gusset now
goes all the way across.
Yeah, that early problem we had with some cracking years ago is all eliminated now with these new gussets.
Absolutely. That's a significant upgrade.
And the grab rails now are all ladder and reinforced. So big difference.
So Chris, this boat looks to be wider, 10'6".
Yeah, so the big changes in the overall on this thing is they went to a 10'6" beam from a 10-foot. They went another foot longer because the old boat was 29.6, now 30.5. And the weight's 9,400 with the engine's dry fuel. So that's 1,600 pounds heavier than the last model. So there's a lot more glass in this boat. Hence the great soft ride.
I noticed a significant difference on mine, full tank of gas versus empty.
Yeah, so they kept the fuel at 265, but they changed the fuel design, the fuel tank design, which gives us another 10% usable fuel. So the range increased by 10% on this boat without doing anything. Right. Just changing the design of the internals of the engine.
So this is a different console system, and battery's still here.
Totally different now. Yeah, so there's 2 and 2, okay?
Okay.
So there's 2 here and then 2 in the back. So these are your engine batteries, and then there's 2 on the house, and then the other 3 that you saw up forward, those 3 are the for the trolling motor. Tackle trays.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, they put the 3700s in there. Battery charger inlet here. Dive door ladder. So they changed the dive door now. They went to the Pursuit dive door, where it's a cheese wedge, much better seal, much stronger than the older door. Gembucks, much improved latch on this, much heavier duty. And the dive ladder, instead of having the 2 sockets now, they just simply slide into this bracket. Much easier to use. So we do have the 2 boxes back here with cutting trays on the bottom of the Corian lids. So we have Corian top.
So you basically flip this upside
flip
down.
it upside down, and you got a cutting board. Yep, both sides. Okay.
All right, that works.
And that's replaceable, obviously. Yep. So if you mess it up, you can just cut it and replace it. Freshwater sink, cup holders, which they didn't have on the old one.
No.
What's nice, though, you don't lose any tackle storage now because you have the line reels and you have all your trays here now, just in the backrest. Okay. Seat bottom, which everybody complained we didn't have a we didn't have a cooler back here. Now we have a full angle cooler, which is easily accessible. Okay.
And you can pull it off the boat.
And we also have mezzanine seating now.
One of the things I find with these molded coolers is they obviously hold ice better, but if you bring a big one to the boat, you need a place to put the contents on the boat. You don't want to bring, but now it's like integrated
right into the console.
Like you can bring that home, fill it,
absolutely,
and just carry it on. And it's got its little home,
and then drag it back. All you got to do is release it and slide it back in. So double fish boxes with dividers. Okay, so if you want to separate your regions in here, into different things, so you have the dividers.
Chris, you're going to laugh, but I've made dividers for mine.
We made a lot of them.
And I've a bunch of my friends all asked. I must have made 20 pairs.
People really liked breaking it up. Not a lot of people using them for fish boxes. They're using the live wells.
This is new.
This is all new. So this hatch in the back here now, because of the introduction of Seakeeper,
wow,
that's the bed for Seakeeper. So the bed's already in here.
Yeah, because on the 350s, and people were retrofitting the 301s and putting it back here, but it covered up everything.
Correct. So now we have the cradles built into the finished bilge, and you'll notice the bilge is finished now. Pumps are very accessible.
Yeah.
So this day hatch gives you access, but we also have the ability, the batteries aren't on the boat, but this whole back lifts up in the air and you have full access into the bilge.
Chris, I originally almost bought a 320, and this is going to sound silly, but for that backrest right there. In my opinion, it's the best implementation of a backrest.
And we also now made the seat bottom extremely wide. So it added another 6 inches to that seat bottom.
No kidding.
And it's also much taller. So it doesn't catch you in the low back, it catches you in the shoulders.
Yeah.
Because they used to be really uncomfortable. Much nicer bracket, and really heavy duty stainless bracket too. Another nice feature is, if you remember, we had 2 smaller live wells. Now we have 1 really big live well. It's a little more shallow than the other one, but it's much wider.
Yeah.
And then you have your really deep one. So much more capacity. These are also pressurized, so you can drive with the baits not moving, no matter how rough the seat is, because the water literally goes to the top and pressurizes the live well, and the fish don't get bounced, the bait fish don't get bounced around, which is
I like
really
the
nice.
molded in rod holders on the transom.
Molded in now, yep. Instead of those 4 that they used to have on that crease.
Yeah.
And it's center line too, so you can run a center rigger right down the middle with that center rod down the middle.
Yeah, the old one, none of them were really on center.
Yep. So now it's on center line.
This is vastly different back here.
Yes. So you have a real deck now. So they covered the well. They used to have the open well. Now it's got a covered well, so if you have to egress the boat from either side, it's comfortable getting across in front of the motors instead of stepping on that slanted well. We also added freshwater shower in the back. And the best part of this boat is they put the new 350s on the back. So top speed's about 65 on this thing.
Wow.
We cruised it down at 4,200 RPM, 40 mile an hour, and we were getting 1.8 miles to the gallon. So that's a big range. Boat rode much softer, much... the old boat used to be like a Ferrari, very nimble, quick, agile. This boat's a little more of like a GMC, where it's just more plush, but still fast as heck.
That's okay. When you're taking a beating offshore, you kind of want to fly.
So there were some complaints on the older 305s that the bow was a little light, and that's gone now. There's no more bounce. Especially with the Seakeeper Ride, they literally adjust 100 times a second, so they take out any bounce in the boat at all.
Well, a lot of, I think I said this to you earlier, all the things that I go around my boat and nitpick about, like, and design features, not like no problems.
Cobia listened to all you guys, and they did make some really positive changes to the boat.
Yeah.
Everything that we had talked about that we want to change, they did. They did a great job with the boat.
Sure did. Well, listen, best of luck to you as always.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
If anyone's looking for a boat, please go to Point Pleasant. See Chris Gallagher and his team at Garden State Yacht Sales. You won't be disappointed.
Thank you, man.